Hi everybody, I'm back, and I have my tea again with me. I remember having tea with me in some other video a while back, and the reason I'm drinking it is because today it was cold and it was raining and it was all cloudy and it was just one of those nasty England days that we have here every once in a while. And see, here in North Carolina we don't get snow. We just get a lot of rain, and sometimes rain will freeze overnight, and it becomes really dangerous, and it's like an ice storm, and whatever. So, like, rain is our winter weather. So you take what you can get, and it gets cold down to like the 40s, like it was today. And so I've got some chocolate, some dark chocolate, and some hot tea, and I'm ready to go. I'm good for the night. And so I have some extra time, and I'm in a good mood, so I thought I'd make a video. Yay! I don't know if I've talked about this before or not, but dependency. This is an issue that has come up recently in my life, and has always kind of been an issue in my life, in one way or another. Although it seems like lately I've been more on the receiving end of dependency. And it's not good. So, I wanted to talk about this. What is dependency? Dependency is when you are reliant, dependent on another person or a thing to make you feel better about yourself, to make you feel good about life, to help you continue on day to day. And it could be a person, it could be a thing. A lot of people are dependent on alcohol, dependent on drug use, dependent on having a constant source of money available, having lots of money in their bank account, just dependent on that feeling. Not necessarily, needing a lot of money, but just knowing that it's there, just knowing that they can have it. And with people, it's the dependency on that person. That person has to be there. That person has to always be present, has to always be available, and giving that person attention. So, and always has to be good attention. So, it's like ridiculous. Like, you need that person to move on. And it's understandable. And this is not just friendship or romance. I'm talking about, like, married couples can be really deeply, passionately in love with each other without necessarily being dependent on each other emotionally. And so, I'm all for love. I'm all for relationships and close friendships and intimacy and wanting friends and even needing friends and all that good stuff. It's all wonderful, don't get me wrong. But when you become so emotionally dependent and enmeshed with the person that anything they say or do or choose to do for themselves dramatically and drastically affects your life and your emotional stability, then it's not good. Like, if you see the person on the other side of the room whom you're emotionally dependent on, if you see that person talking to somebody else, or if they call you up and say, hey, I've decided to go out with this other friend tonight, let's go hang out tomorrow instead of tonight. If that bothers you, that's a sign of being emotionally dependent on the person, because you're not granting the person freedom to do as they please with their own life. They always have to call you and get your permission and give their attention to you and have you always come first. That's not good. That's not liberating to the other person. And in a lot of relationships, gay and straight, a lot of romantic relationships, there is codependency where each person is dependent on the other. And people think that this is just romance or a close friendship, but it's not. Because it's like the old saying, if you love something, you got to let it go, and if it returns to you, then it was meant to be, or something like that. You got to be able to let this person go. Let this person go do what they want to do. Even let them reject you, and you still love them, and you can still stand on your own 2 feet and live your life successfully. That's a good life. That's not being emotionally dependent. So, I've been emotionally dependent on people before. I've had several friends that I've been emotionally dependent on where, I need them to call me every day, or I need to call them just to see how they're doing. Or I need to get an email from them, or talk to them on IM, or have some kind of contact with them every single day, even several times a day. Otherwise, I'm not emotionally stable, and I can't get through my day successfully. I've also been in relationships where If I see the person talking to somebody else, or if they want to go hang out with somebody else tonight, I get upset. I say okay, that's fine, but I sit at home crying or whatever. That's not good. Now, it's been years since I've been in a relationship like that, where I've been unstable like that. And so I've come a long way. But the temptation is still there. I mean, we never really fully get rid of our weaknesses. We just overcome them to some great degree. And so I'm not really bothered by dependency on my side anymore, but I have had other people become dependent on me. And I don't like it. And I think that is one thing that has really cured me from being accepting of my dependency on other people, because I know what it's like to be on the receiving end of dependency. When somebody needs me to call them or to IM them, or if they call me 2-3 times a day, every day for weeks, that gets a little too much for me to handle. I just can't take it. I need to live my own life without always checking in with my dependency partner. Okay? So I understand what it's like to be on both ends of this whole dependency thing, of being dependent on other people and having other people dependent on me. It gets old really fast. So I want to encourage you, let whoever you are friends with, whoever you think you're in love with, whatever, you need to let the person go. At least in your mind and your heart, just let them go. Let them have a boys' night out, girls' night out, whatever. Let them go do their own thing for a while. Allow them the freedom and the liberty to live their life the way they want to without calling you first and getting your permission. They need to do that. They're human. And as for you, if somebody's dependent on you, you need to stand up. You need to stand strong against the person who is dependent on you. Because chances are, they're not going to just say, oh, I'm dependent, I need to stand on my own 2 feet for support. No, you need to say, okay, woman, guy, you're cramping my style. Back off. Back the hell off. Because, I'm human. I need to live my life without you. I'm okay with friendship. I'm okay with a good relationship. But I am not here to make you happy. I am not here to support you emotionally. I am not your Siamese twin. I am not your crutch to lean on. I am a person with my own issues, and I have to stand on my own 2 feet just like you do. Okay? So you've got to stand up to that. And I know it's hard, and I've had to stand up to people before too and say, you know what? Don't call me anymore. Don't email me. Don't come by my house. Don't talk to me. I will get a restraining order if I have to. Don't go there. And I don't like rejecting people like that, but it's better than having them stalk me. So you've got to be able to stand up for yourself, stand on your own 2 feet without being dependent on other people, but you also have to be able to push people away if they start to come onto you too strong in that way. And you know what I'm talking about. I don't mean just, flirting or whatever, but I mean like psycho behavior, stalking behavior, kind of people that'll drive by your house, just look through your window, volunteer themselves to go with you running errands all day when you are perfectly happy by yourself. That kind of behavior, you've got to put a stop to that, because it's just going to get worse. So that's all I have to say for tonight, or at least in this one. I think I'm going to make another one. So stay tuned. All right, love ya. Bye.